everybody, so today I'm going to be doing my June favorites. So these are all the products that I've been loving the past couple months because I think I missed my May favorites too. I haven't done favorites in, I think, since April favorites. April, May, June, which means I missed May and June. So these are just all the products that I've been loving the past few months. I have makeup, I have skincare, I have an audiobook, I have music, and yeah, I have a lot to talk about. So without further ado, let's just get the frick into it. Also, there is a tutorial for this look coming. This video is going up first, and then the tutorial will be up in a few days. So just keep an eye out for that. Okay, so first let's talk about skincare. I have 3 skincare items here to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about is this e.l.f. Natural Glow Lotion. Now, there's a whole big story about this. So basically, I have been trying to go without makeup. At least about a month ago, I made a promise to myself that I would go at least 2 days a week without makeup. And one of those days, I tried to make a day that I went to work. Because usually on my days off, I don't wear makeup unless I'm, you know, going out and doing something. But I made it a goal to wear no makeup 2 days a week because I wanted to actively embrace my natural self without any makeup and just wanted to embrace it a little bit more and start to feel prettier without makeup, which is a whole video in and of itself, and I definitely am going to do a maybe like chatty get ready with me talking about my journey of self-love with me without makeup, because that's been something that has been a low-key high insecurity. Like I do love makeup, you all know I love makeup, but it started to kind of seep into my mind that like I wasn't as pretty without makeup, which is something that is I preach against all the time. So, you know, practice what I preach, start to love myself without makeup. So again, that's a whole video in and of itself. But I wanted to get this glow lotion, or I wanted to get some sort of glow lotion just to give myself some, like, just a way to moisturize my skin and give my skin a, like, healthy glow. And I love this stuff. And y'all know I have oily skin. I don't want to look greasy, and a lot of glow lotions, I'm just like, oh no, that will make me look like a hot, greasy mess. This stuff smells really nice. It smells like aloe. It's so nice, and it just gives you, let me see if you guys are going to be able to tell. Oh, that's way too much. It just gives you the softest glow. Like, literally, and that's it wet. Can you see? It's not even that intense. Like, it is much more, like, that's more of a true representation of what it looks like once you really, really blend it in. Like, look how pretty it is. It's so pretty, so subtle. It does say that it's like gold, and the only way you can really tell that it's gold is if you don't blend it in enough, and if you leave like a little clump of it somewhere, then it will dry and really look like gold. But this just looks so pretty, and it also is like moisturizing. Like, it is moisturizing, and it doesn't make my skin super oily through the day. I just really, really like this lotion. The glow part of it is so minimal, like so minimal. And I love that about it. You can really only tell, like, on the bridge of my nose when I wear this is, like, that's really the only place where you can tell that I'm wearing a glow lotion. It's so natural, and I love this for just a daily moisturizer. It is so nice and just leaves your skin feeling moisturized without feeling sticky or tacky. It's just a great little lotion, and I would 100% recommend this if you have oily skin and you want a glow lotion but you don't want anything too crazy. This is like perfect. Okay, now I have a couple expensive items to talk about. These are both from Drunk Elephant, and I have been loving both of these, but the thing that I've been doing the most is mixing these two every single night. So this is the Protini Polypeptide Cream. It says that it is a protein moisturizer that combines an unprecedented array of concentration of signal peptides, growth factors, supportive amino acids, pygmy water lily for visible, immediately improvement in appearance, skin texture, and firmness. It says you're supposed to apply this morning and night, and that you can mix it with an oil to, like, all of these, like, these things you can all, like, mix together. They sent me this, and a serum. I haven't tried the serum yet, and y'all know I talked about this Marula oil in my favorite products for oily skin that will be up in the little icon up here. I really, really like this Marula oil. Do I think both of these are totally necessary to spend your money on? No, but I do really, really, really like this night cream. What I do every night, I take a little pump out, I mix it with a couple of drops of the Virgin Marula oil. You don't have to use this. You could use like rosehip oil, which is another one that I talked about in my cruelty-free favorites for oily skin, but this makes your skin feel just so amazing and so like hydrated and refreshed, and in the morning my skin is so just like radiant. Like, I've gotten a lot of compliments on my skin lately, and I think it's a combination of both. I think it's a combination of going more without makeup and like the skincare that I've been incorporated into my skincare routine. I've gotten so many compliments on my skin from you guys, from like friends, and I've just gotten so many compliments on my natural skin, and I think this really has something to do with it because, oh my gosh, this cream is so nice, and just I really, really, really like it, and it's expensive. They did send this to me, but I freaking love it. It's really, really, really nice. That's it for skincare. Let's get on to a little bit of makeup. I don't have a ton of makeup. I honestly haven't been trying a lot of new makeup recently. The past couple months, I like haven't been uploading as much, but I feel like I feel like makeup hasn't been a priority, which is okay with me. You know, everybody goes through phases, so I haven't been trying a ton of new makeup, but I have had a few new products in my arsenal that I have been trying. So the first I want to talk about is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder. I bought this probably 2 months ago, and I love this powder. It is so nice. It's so finely milled. I usually don't like translucent powders, but I like this because it has a slight warm hue to it that makes it just a little bit nicer, less ashy on your skin, and less kind of that like weird cast that some translucent powders can give. This is so nice, and it does a really good job of controlling oil, and it is so finely milled. You don't need a ton of this to spread all over your face, and it does get rid of pores like fucking nobody's business. It is so nice. I have been loving this powder. Then the next I want to talk about are the Colourpop No Filter foundations. This is a foundation I am wearing on my skin today. I mixed these 2 colors. I picked up these 2 colors, and these are actually like really, really good matches. I want to compliment Colourpop's website because I found it really easy to find my skin tone. Like, you could pick warm, neutral, and cool, and you could pick your like fair, light, medium, deep, dark, and then they also had pictures of the people wearing the foundation. So I picked these 2, and I wanted to get a regular shade and a fake tan shade because since it's summer, I've been fake tanning a lot. And so my fake tan shade is medium 100, and then my fair shade is fair 25, and this is a really, really good match. It may be just like a hair too light, but like it's a really, really good match. This stuff is really affordable. I really, really like the packaging. The finish is really nice. Like I said, I'm wearing it today, and it's a matte foundation, but it's not like suck the life out of you matte, and it's full coverage in the nicest way. It's just such a good, solid, everyday foundation. I will say it's not the most oil controlling. I probably get oily, I'd give it like 6 hours of solid wear before I start to get oily to where I'm like, okay, I need to blot, I need to do something. But even when I get oily, it still looks really nice, and is just one of those foundations that just makes you look radiant. You know what I mean? Like, when you start to get oily, it doesn't break apart and get all gross. It just makes you look radiant, which is my favorite type of everyday foundation. So I've been loving this foundation. I definitely recommend picking it up if we have similar foundation preferences, and I'm stoked on it, honestly. Okay, next I have 2 eyeshadow palettes to talk about. The first is the Milani Most Loved Mattes palette. Look at how nice this palette is. I picked this up at Walmart. I want to say it was like $10 to $15, and this is just such a good eyeshadow palette. I used this in my go-to smoky eye look. I will have it linked up here, and I've just been using this. Like, I've been loving this shade and this shade and this shade just for like everyday makeup, because like I said, I've been trying to go without makeup, but like, you know, obviously an everyday makeup look is something I do very often, and I just love these shades. They are so pigmented, so blendable. These perform so well. These, in my opinion, perform way better than these little palettes. And y'all know I really like these palettes, but these like step it the fuck up. for me. These are such nice eyeshadows. I think this is such a fantastic palette to have in your collection. 100% would recommend, and I really want to get, there was like a neutral one with a couple of shimmer shades, and then there was this one that is all matte shades, and y'all know your girl fucks with matte shades a lot. So I've just been loving this palette. I think it is so great, cruelty-free, affordable, and I don't really have much to say about it. I mean, it kind of speaks for itself. It's kind of a basic eyeshadow palette, but if you need a basic eyeshadow palette, like, this is so freaking good. And then next I have the opposite to talk about. Well, it's still affordable, but I have a Brights palette to talk about. This is the NYX Ultimate Brights palette, and y'all have been seeing this in my videos recently because I've been doing a lot of bright fun colors. I use like these purple shades for the monochromatic purple look. I just used like the yellows, the pinks, and the oranges for that like not your mother's smoky eye look. I have been reaching for this palette a ton, and I will say that like right off the bat, some of these like didn't like impress me. Like this like teal shade wasn't really like my favorite, and so I was nervous to use like the yellows. Basically, these don't swatch the best, but applied on your eyes, they really are fantastic, and I think this is a really good alternative if you need, you know, again, we have like the basic mattes, and then if you need some brights in your collection, these are really, really nice. Now, I don't think they're like Sugar Pill level, I don't think they're like Urban Decay Electric Palette level, but you can work with them, they work well, and they're fun, and it's affordable. So again, I don't think they're like the best bright eyeshadows, but they're really, really, really good bright eyeshadows, if that makes sense. So I've been really, really loving this palette, and again, like when I first got it, I was just kind of like, it's a little lackluster, but the more that I use it, the more I'm like, no, this palette is bomb. So I've been really, really liking this. Again, this is the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette in Bright, so the Ultimate Brights Shadow Palette. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is a nail combination, and I'm so mad because I was actually wearing this combination on my nails, and then I took my nails off just like because one started lifting, and if you have fake nails, you know that once one starts lifting or once one goes, they all have to go. So I took off all of my nails, but I was wearing this combination and it was so pretty. I posted about it on my Instagram stories. If I can find, if I took a picture of it and if I can find a picture of it, I will link it or I will post it here, but I doubt I will be able to. But anyways, it is the Madame Glam One Step Gel in Mistress Game, which I've talked about before on my channel. It's a beautiful, like, peachy nude shade. And then I paired it with the Chrome Powder in Volans, which I had to write the name of it because it doesn't say anything. So Volans is a chrome powder that I used in my like tutorial for how I do my fake nails, which again will be up here. I used that chrome powder over an orange, and then for this round I used this chrome powder over this like peachy nude, and the peachy nude mixed with this like gold shift that this chrome powder has gave the coolest effect. I have been obsessed with the Madame Glam chrome powders. I know the chrome powders have been a trend for a really long time and I'm just now hopping onto it, but I love them so, so, so much. And I'm going to get some Madame Glam neon colors in the mail, so I can't wait to do my nails with some neons. But this nude with this like chrome powder just gives it like that oomph. It's like wearing a nude lipstick and then popping on your favorite gloss. It's just like, oh, makes it so, so, so good. Alright everybody, so that is it for like makeup, skincare, things like that, but I do have a lot of other things to talk about. Like I have some TV shows and like other things, so if you want, you can just exit now, but if you want to hear about like audiobooks and things that I've been loving and music, then just keep watching. So the first thing I want to talk about is this playlist that I've created. Everybody has their own vibes playlist, right? I'm sure we all have a playlist on Spotify that is vibes. So I've made one recently and I have been obsessed with two artists. The first is Khalid, which I'm sure you know of. He's just so like chill. It's like chill sad boy hip hop pop. I love it. It's so beautiful and just so chill and relaxing. I love it. I love 18. I love Another Sad Love Song. I love all of his songs on American Team. And the next artist that I've been obsessed with, I do not know how to pronounce his name, but it's L-A-U-V. So I don't know if you pronounce it like Lauv or if it's just like love spelled weirdly. But he almost like poppy chill wave. It is so nice to listen to. So I will link this playlist down below. It's basically all songs that I would like want to make out to. Y'all know, everybody has that playlist. But I have been listening to this non-stop. It has a little bit of Post Malone, it has a little bit of Nikki Heaton, a little bit of Kendrick Lamar, and then just like, and then a lot of LAUV, Love, whoever, and Khalid. I've been loving this playlist, listening to it non-stop, so I will link it down below for you. The next I absolutely need to talk about that I actually finished like last month, and I finished it in like 3 days, is the audiobook of I'll Be Gone in the Dark. Now y'all know I love My Favorite Murder, and I've finally caught up, and I have like over the past like couple months I've been listening to only My Favorite Murder, and I'm finally caught up to now where I have to wait a week to get a new episode like normal people. So if you follow My Favorite Murder, you know that they have been doing episodes like with the Golden State Killer. After they caught the Golden State Killer, they were doing episodes, and they did one with like Paul Holes, and then they did that like live show at the bookstore about I'll Be Gone in the Dark with Patton Oswalt, and they just kept talking about I'll Be Gone in the Dark and how amazing Michelle McNamara was as a writer, and how she just really like immersed you in it, and it wasn't like you were reading a book, it was like you were watching a movie. And so I was just like, alright, I have to read this. I'm a really bad reader, so I do audiobooks. I have the attention span of a dead squirrel when it comes to reading. I can't do it. So I did audiobooks, and let me tell you something. I went through that audiobook so fast. I love the narrator. She has such a great voice, and Michelle McNamara's writing is so, like, they were right. It really is. It's like watching a movie. It is so vivid. And one thing that I think Karen was talking about, how like she presents facts in a way that like facts aren't normally presented, in that like it's interesting. Like she presents the cold hard facts, but it's not like you're reading a textbook. It is so real and so amazing, and it's just crazy to read it now when they've caught the Golden State Killer, and it's just so amazing. Definitely, if you like true crime, and if you haven't read I'll Be Gone in the Dark, 100% recommend. And also, please give me your recommendations for true crime books that I need to read. I have been having like true crime, like, what's the word? Like withdrawals now that I'm caught up with My Favorite Murder and can't listen to it all day, every day, 24/7. So give me one of your favorite true crime books that I need to read and leave it down below for me. Okay, and then the past 2 months, I can't talk about true crime without talking about Evil Genius and The Staircase. Man, let's start with Evil Genius, because I feel like that one's a little bit less divisive. I feel like The Staircase, like, people are very like polarized by it. Evil Genius was so fascinating, like so fascinating and so frustrating. I don't want to like spoil anything, but if you haven't watched Evil Genius, and if you like true crime, and if you like mystery and a good docu-series, definitely watch it. It is so fascinating and weird, and like I had to watch it a couple times because it was so confusing with all of the different people involved and trying to get everybody's story straight, because it's one of those shows where you watch it and you're like, I know what happened. It was this person and this person and this person put up this person. And then you keep watching it and you're like, wait. And then you keep watching it and you're like, no, I know it. And then you keep watching it and you're like, no, I don't. What's going on? And that's the exact same with The Staircase. Now again, if you're a murderino, you know of The Staircase. It's so iconic in My Favorite Murder, I feel like, and it's just a crazy, crazy iconic true crime story. And you know, I had to keep reminding myself that that documentary was very biased. Like obviously it is very heavily leaning towards his innocence, right? Like you don't really see much of the prosecution, and the things you do see of the prosecution, like the woman DA or whoever she was, that woman, they had anal sex, like she was the worst, and so it just paints you to like hate the prosecution and love this man. And I kept having to remind myself like, hey, he potentially killed his wife. But I don't know what to believe about The Staircase. The Staircase is still such a mystery to me, and if you have any resources for me to go to that is more of a neutral resource on The Staircase, because I know that like I need to read about the other side, because this docu-series is heavily weighted in one area, but it is still so fascinating. And the entire time, again, it's one of those things where you're like, no way is he innocent. And then as you go on, you're like, well wait, because they're like, there is reasonable doubt. There is reasonable doubt. It's crazy. Like, I don't necessarily believe he's innocent. but there's reasonable doubt. So like, crazy. Me and my roommate were both like watching the staircase, and he was ahead of me, and he was just like, Katie, shit gets crazy, and I was just like, I can't. So let me know about the staircase, let me know about Evil Genius, let me know about your favorite true crime books, and those were my favorites the past couple months. I love you guys so much. Thank you all for watching and listening to me rant about true crime, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!